Hi, Shur-ēē Tay-bur, founder of Energy Healing Arts. Welcome to our video series of workshops on sovereignty. Okay, so in my last two videos, I said there would only be two videos in episode 5 on why does energy come to me? As I finished, the divine said, we need a third video. And I suspected, so okay, here we are. We need to talk a little bit more about sovereignty. Okay, so I've mentioned a few times in these two videos that I work with clients who have several different kinds of sovereignty-based programs. For those who are on those several various programs, each has a very complex, divinely created, divine personal lifetime incarnate plan. That plan requires that they have a significant amount of experiences because of what they decided they wanted to do when they incarnated. So here they are, human beings experiencing a really hard life. And I mean that. And because they are, we work with them in as many ways as we possibly can to alleviate the experiential aspect of experiencing congested energetic conditions. As such, each of them are encountering fields of influence, fields of intention, fields that bring the kind of sicknesses like flu, RSV, COVID. Some are experiencing challenges in significant life goals, timely life challenges. Because they are, we work with them as often as we can, in as many ways as we can, and these energetic conditions continue. Why? Well, I'm not going to spend as much time on the why because we've already established the various reasons why energy could be with a person. Each of these people have also incurred intentions upon them. Each of them have a complex lifetime incarnate plan. Each of them has experienced energetic conditions that overshadow their divinely created personal lifetime incarnate plan. Because they do, these programs keep clearing those conditions. How do we get it to end? How do we get the ongoing insovereignty to stop? First, it's important to understand that when these kind of conditions are bringing various kinds of fields of intention and influence, disease, or whatever, to a person or to a home, that they must also exercise a personal sovereignty program or regimen. Absolutely required. The fields of intention require that each person make specific requests. This is confusing, frustrating, among many other things. Okay. So it would be natural to think that if you had all these sovereignty programs, which is 2 specific programs, and then various download frequencies, vibrations, vibrational frequencies, some lifetime, some for very specific episodic conditions, some for viral conditions, some for predictive kinds of intentions by other energetic any. So when we have fields of intention or influence or any other kind with us that have requirements written within them for the purpose of ending discomfort and ending ongoing energetic addressing of a person, we need to know when to ask for this to stop. We need to know when In that regard, what I mean is asking the divine to end it, asking a practitioner to do another unlimited sovereignty session. On the unlimited programs, you get as many as you need, and it's made for these kinds of people who came in with these very challenging plans. To know when to ask for a session, the moment you have any symptom, I mean anything, tension, sneezing, itching, anything, discomfort, dizziness, what I'm doing right now, that is an energetic condition. There's nothing there, but it itches. Feels like a feather is tickling my nose. You say, oh, that happens all the time. That's etheric, energetic intention. And when it's doing that, there is an energetic field of intention with you. Yes, that means that this is happening here. This is happening everywhere. It is frustrating. So, what do? First thing you do, the moment you have any of the symptoms, don't wait for it to build, because when it builds, that means layer after layer after layer of fields are coming in. If you wait, the intensity of the condition grows, spreads, becomes a bigger congestive condition, meaning that every single field, and perhaps however many entities there are with a field, could be calling various other energetic conditions to you. The moment you feel that thing, divine, clear this. Divine, I have a little itch under here, which is kind of silly. Clear it. It helps. The most important part about this is your personal sovereignty regimens. If you have a complex plan, if you're living in an area of highly congested, environmental or neighborhood congested energetic conditions, you could be experiencing this. In the last video, we talked about the kind of containment conditions that hold energetic anything, causing all kinds of either paranormal or other kinds of experiences that the people in the household may be experiencing. Each of these is a reason to ask the divine to end it. If you have the kinds of programs that I've referred to, it's a great time to schedule a free, unlimited, that's why they're free, you pay for them, and then they're unlimited. It doesn't matter how many times a day or a week or a month. During the course of your plan, you have unlimited access to professional, practitioner, energetic healing sessions. When you schedule them, the energetic condition ends. That session says, no more. That session says, end this. There are some who will schedule a single session and say, as often as the divine says I need a session. That is perfect. That covers the whole day. And everyone still has to practice sovereignty protocol. Why? First of all, that's what you came to learn. If you are in these programs, you most certainly came to learn that. I don't care what your divinely created, divine, lifetime incarnate plan is. You came to learn about sovereignty in this lifetime. COVID requires it. Having the experiences we have all had with COVIDic energetic congestion, with the kind of energies that energetic intention bring in, plus any other intentions that are affecting you as a result of anything that happened in this lifetime. All of us have to have sovereignty protocol and practice a sovereignty regimen to end ongoing energetic conditions. Always. I use mine without thinking sometimes. I listen. I'm aware when I ask or when I intend a particular protocol. Sometimes I will just intend to write what the divine tells me to write, and it becomes another protocol. There are a lot of easy, fast protocol you can do to end something. I'm going to share the kinds of protocol that work every single time. I want to use a metaphor to explain why you must practice your own sovereignty protocol, in addition to having a practitioner, to having sessions outside of any of these programs for something other than a sovereignty clearing session. If you have a sovereignty subscription, you still need to practice sovereignty regimens and protocols. If you take care of your teeth, you're probably brushing them a minimum of twice a day, in the morning when you get up, at night before you go to bed. If you really want good dental health, you're probably brushing them after every meal and after certain kinds of beverages. If you really, really want good hygiene in your mouth, you're flossing and you're paying attention, making sure you're doing your best to get the tartar off of your teeth, making sure you get around the gum line and getting all the food out of your gums. And the older you get, the more likely you have little pockets in your gums that hold food. Critically important that you get the food out. Now, if you really, really, really practice good hygiene, you may be seeing your dentist quarterly or semi-annually for teeth cleaning. Now, if I analogize this to the way people think about getting a sovereignty session, unlimited, or one you pay for every time you have it, or your sovereignty subscription, let's just create an alignment of thinking, okay? All right, so you have a sovereignty subscription that was supposed to create sustainably maintainable sovereignty. It's what we all need. And then you discovered, oh, I have a complex personal lifetime plan, divinely created. I agreed to it. I probably insisted on it. Now what? I'm not sovereign and I have a plan. I've explained in the last video how these plans work, what the intention of it is. The moment your experiential phases are over, you become sovereign. Unless someone cursed you, put a spell on you, spellbound something, or made the strongest intention they could for whatever reason they intended to make it. And your experiential phases are over, and then, oh, doggone it, still experiencing energetic conditions. This is why you need sovereignty protocol. Now, I'm going to analogize in just a second, but let's suppose all the curses, spells, intentions, anything metaphysical, anything, overshadowing of your ancestral line, all the things we all came into this lifetime with. All of us. So we get them all taken care of. You're sovereign. Everything's working great. And you piss somebody off at a light. Whatever you did, somebody who was angry already got angrier. They said something. Because they're already angry, they have energy with them. This is true. In order to be angry, you have energy compelling you to be angry in the moment or as a chronic condition. And that person says a thing. And the energy with them compelled them to. And the energy with them said, yay. And now I get to go over there and fulfill this because it's the vibration that I have, because I did it. I compelled the dude to do this to that lady who is whatever. Oh, God forbid you had a few people in the car at the same time, because it could come to all of you. And then it could come to everyone they're connected to. And look, here we are again. In sovereign. This is the world we live in. Till you start getting like some tension in your shoulder, got a little buzz going on here. You know the vulnerable areas of your body. It's usually where you feel something first. Oh, got a little itch on the lower part of my spine. I just encountered some energy. All right. I'll know in 1 second what protocol I need while I ask the divine to clear this fully, whatever it is, fully. When we can do that in the moment, we can usually end something quickly. And when we have protocol, we keep doing it, keep clearing it. So my analogy with the dentist, good hygiene, better hygiene, excellent hygiene. That excellent, let's say, implies that you go to the dentist quarterly or every 6 months to get your teeth cleaned, okay? When the dentist says, make sure you brush and floss every day, he means several times, not just twice, several times, or she mean these things. They mean watch your teeth. They mean come back if you have anything that looks or feels like a probable condition. Let's get it early before it becomes a big condition, before it becomes a root canal or a cavity or a crown, before it becomes a bridge or an implant. Oh, well, of course you know that, right? Same thing. If we agree that your sovereignty is as vulnerable, probably more so, than your teeth. And then teeth is just one I choose because we all brush our teeth. I could talk about physical hygiene. I could talk about hair hygiene. I could talk about home hygiene. It all comes down to it. It all comes down to this. We need professionals to keep things fully running the way they're supposed to. When you work with an energy healer who works with the divine, when you're working with the healer who works with the divine, everything that you intended for that session, everything that was able to be done in that session, and as discussed with your practitioner, gets fulfilled. Sometimes it takes more than a second, more than 2 hours, more than the day, more than a week for it to be fully, forever and eternally resolved. When that session is over, you may need a follow-up, just like you might need with the dentist, and you need another kind of, you may need a periodontist, you may need another kind of dental expert, physician, professional. You may be told green light, but because we're seeing something change in your teeth, come back in 90 days, we'll be able to do x-rays again. Under your insurance, we'll be able to do another cleaning. If you don't go back and something's going on, it builds. If you expect to come back in 6 months because that's normal for you, and you haven't taken good care of your teeth, and you've been overcome by energy that affect your teeth, let's just take this to a new level, you could end up having some problems with your teeth. Had you felt energetic conditions around your mouth at any point, you would have known to ask the divine to end it. If that didn't end relatively quickly, you ask the divine to either guide you, speak with you, so that you know if you need to see a professional dentist. But if we catch it at that point, usually we get rid of the energy and nothing happens in the physical body. The big point is this: keeping your energy body and your physical body free of energetic conditions is how you stay well. Dentist, keeping your teeth clean, which means you have a regimen and a protocol for keeping your teeth free of the things that cause a problem. It means that you know you will go to the dentist again to keep that up. Every 6 months with an energy practitioner, depends on who you are. It also depends on how good your sovereignty work is. You may never need another energy practitioner once you get through the kinds of things that are with you at the point where you finally discover that an energy practitioner can help you become well in almost every way. This isn't about hiring an energy practitioner. This is about you doing your maintenance. This is about you taking a personal approach to your sovereignty, because it's another aspect of your health, your physical health. No one talks about this. This is why we're doing these videos. You, me, everybody has to have a sovereignty protocol. Why are we just hearing about it? Well, because COVID came. COVID came and inundated our energy bodies. What follows after that? Sickness, illness, disease, symptoms, the kinds of things we may have never seen before because of the way COVID is escalating as an entity disease that brings disease fields. This is complex and it is real. Not to be scary, it's educational. Let your teeth go, drink cola, eat junk, eat good food, don't floss, don't brush. You will have a dental problem. And by the time you know you do, you will have a physical problem in your mouth. If you allow your body to encounter energetic conditions, and you do not clear them regularly, which means probably throughout the day, if you wake up at night, probably a good intention when you wake up at night to clear whatever is there. Asking the divine what you need to know. What is it you are required to ask? The divine is not the one making those requirements. The fields of intention have these requirements outlined within them. If a practitioner fails to follow those requirements, that energetic condition can explode. It can start to unpack like a bunch of Russian nesting boxes, because in these fields are something called implicate and explicate orders. These are little packets which are jam-packed with energetic congestion, energetic problems, energetic harm, tailored for you. If someone tries to clear you, other than a practitioner who works with the divine, who is pure source light, who is the creator, who is God, these things can explode and your symptoms can escalate rapidly. There aren't a lot of practitioners, in my understanding, in my experience, who know how to do this work, who work only with the divine and understand what their client needs. That doesn't make our practice better, but it does mean that if you work with a practitioner or a practice who only works with the divine, who is the creator, then your work will be done well. It will not need to be done again. What is resolved forever and eternity cannot return. And the kind of condition COVIDic intention bring are brought to the most vulnerable areas of your body. So even after a healing, you have vulnerabilities in your energy body. As I said before, oftentimes wellness follows sovereignty. Whole prime health follows a period of having become sovereign. To maintain that period of sovereignty, you must do your sovereign regimen routinely. It's not like, okay, 1 o'clock, I'll do it. 5 o'clock, I'll do it. 8 o'clock, I'll do it. I'll do it when I go to bed. Excellent. Excellent. And every time you sense energy in your home, in your office, in your car, in your bedroom, in your life. If something funky happens, if you have a strange thing happen that cannot be explained, energetic conditions caused it. The strangest things, the most encumbering, costly things occur because energy targets it. This video is intending to help you understand the crucial nature of practicing your own sovereignty program. If you do not, if you are one of those who believes that because you get sessions now and then, you have a sovereignty subscription program, or because you have some other download program that helps with your sovereignty, if you believe that means scot-free, I don't have to take an energetic shower, I don't have to do an energetic teeth brushing, I don't have to get my car washed, you know what I'm saying? Metaphorically speaking, you must do your energetic hygiene, period, on your whole self throughout your life with all the things that are part of your life. And we can do it in a snap. It isn't a big thought. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to share a few sovereignty protocols that always work. You could end up with a very unique condition of energetic congestion that seems resistant to what I'm telling you always works. If you do, write this down because this is simple, and then make this a habit. If you do, you can say to yourself in about a second, I'm going to know exactly what I'm going to do to resolve the conditions I'm having that I feel, and every condition that I'm having I do not feel, including any in my life. That sounds like a big, long process, but it isn't. Imagine that your whole life can become affected in one encounter, suddenly. And if you leave it, you will begin to see the devastation that occurs when a nasty intention is made upon you. Okay, it's not a fear. I'm not trying to make a big, scary thing. Just want you to know what is real so you can really start a good sovereignty program. Those are big words for something that's really kind of simple. Okay, first thing I do is multiply all things times one. Everything in my life, all things times one, because the number one is the vibration of the divine. The vibration vibrates on a one. When we say all things in my life times one, means that we just changed the energetic vibration of anything that's affecting us immediately. You can also say all things are held by the divine. That means that the divine is holding these things, anything. You could even ask for it to be done predictively. So let's just add that. The divine holds all things, always, and predictively for eternity, infinitely throughout all infinity. Okay, that's a big, long statement. You do not have to say it like that. You can say forever. Okay? And the divine knows what you're intending. And when the divine holds it, it cannot harm you. You might still experience it, but it cannot harm you. So modify it. Divine, hold me, hold all, and multiply times one, please. Thank you. The please is important. It has a vibration of one. Start shifting energy in your space right now. Gratitude has the vibration of one. Begins to shift things extremely fast. Start using gratitude always. Thank you, plant. Hey, thank you for sitting right there and giving me a little space of beautiful life, nature in my office. Thank you. That begins to shift the energy. Simple things, okay? On your way to work, or maybe you just intend forever, every day, that predictively and always the divine heals, clears, and holds your office space and all the spaces that you encounter, and all that need to be held so that you can remain fully sovereign. If you've been watching my videos, or if you've worked with us, our philosophy is held in a simple term we refer to as your expanded family. Rather than spend the time to explain it, please visit our website, energyhealingartsllc.com. Go to the resource tab in the main menu. When it drops down, you'll see it, maybe at the bottom, that's where it's at right now. It says expanded family. Click on that link, and you'll be able to understand why oftentimes everyone we've ever known and connected to this lifetime and others must be healed so that we can be fully healed, which also includes your sovereignty. So we always include the expanded family. You can make a personal protocol with the divine that says, I always intend that my expanded family receives the benefit of my prayer request, of my intention, of what I am asking for. And I also ask that they are all held in the way the divinely created their personal, divine, lifetime incarnate plan. Not so that my will or my intention or my wellness is manipulating or imposing on them, nor am I sending an intention to them. I am purposefully asking the divine to do that which the divine knows needs to be done already. Why do we do that? Because the thought, even if it's internal, has an energetic vibration, because this is the most vibrating area of our whole body. Lots of energy comes out of this big, massive, genius thing we call a brain. The second most vibrating part on our body is our heart space, back and front side. And then our gut is third. They're all very close to one. 1, 2, and 3, they vibrate a lot. We carry similar brain cells as we do in our brain, in our heart, and in our gut. If your gut's running slowly, if that's affecting brain cells that communicate, if that's affecting cells within your gut that communicate to your brain cells, your brain's going to go sluggish on you. If that happens, your heart is going to get a little disturbed, whatever that means for you. For me, it can mean palpitations, it can mean an arrhythmia, it can mean heaviness, sluggishness. No one wants their brain or their heart sluggish. Keep your gut sovereign, and it will help. This is how we are made. And because when we're thinking and asking these things that we're talking about, these requests and these intentions, energy vibrates in our field. We also have a magnetic field that starts way up high, comes down around the breast, right about center breast or chest level. It has a point where it meets right between the cleavage. Then it expands out again and goes down. We are magnetic. We are vibrational. We are high energy beings. It's how we function. It's how we were created. It's a genius creation. Because we are high powered, because we are brilliant, because we were given the power of intention, malicious energetic conditions want to be part of this field. The closer they can get to that, to this, to my gut, to my back, the more power they get. That's my vital life force energy. It's yours too. When an energetic condition comes into these places, anywhere in your field, and they're headed for this place right here, all the way around. Once they get there, they've got access to almost everything. because it gives them more access over you. And since they're malintending, that's where they're going. Okay. Times one, all energy throughout my whole life. Short and sweet. God, hold all, every. That means my expanded, you don't have to say all this. Once you've made it clear this is what you mean, and God knows, the divine knows. I call it my EEF, okay, expanded family. All. Sometimes I break it down. My origin family and their expanded family. My centric family, which is the family I created in this lifetime, which includes also those people I have chosen and those that my chosen family have chosen, and theirs and theirs and theirs and theirs, and my origin family has chosen, and theirs and theirs and theirs and theirs. It includes all generations up and down in my ancestral lineages. It includes everyone. Sometimes I just start saying it. Sometimes I say it out loud. Sometimes I just say it in my head. Is it necessary to say all of it? No, it isn't. Once it's intended that everyone is covered by definition of the way I just shared this, everyone is able, sorry, I have an Amber Alert happening. Sorry about that. Once we've made it clear, everyone is to be included in your request for yourself. The divine does this for everyone in the way that they need it. Because when everyone is held, when everyone's healing, everyone gets healed. It's that complex and that simple. Asking for the healing of others vibrates at a one. Suddenly we are filling our space, our body, our mind. We're filling the room, the home, our family lineages with the vibration of one. Love vibrates on the scale of one. That is love. And asking in this way starts shifting to realize that you can shift the intelligence, the energetic vibration, the intention, and the whole inspiration of a thing by saying all is multiplied by one. Thank you, God, or thank you, divine, or thank you, source, or thank you, Archangel Michael, whomever of the divine realm who are pure source light only. I've explained why in other videos, so I won't do it here. A few other things that work very, very well. You can ask the divine to hold you in a way that is palpable, present, ending all things, even that which you may have come to experience. They will, in the way that gives you the comfort, that gives you what you need. I have a little thing I did one time and I love it now. I was in the middle of what they call a perfect storm, where I was working outside in the yard. I mean, got a lot going on, right? The grass itches, it's hot in Florida. I'm sweating, gross, right? So I'm not realizing there is a building of intentions. I won't even go into why, but a building of local intentions. As these built, energy came to me that was resonant with whatever was with me. And when they did, they brought more and more and more. And before I knew it, there was a perfect storm. So I happened to be aware of what my divine energies, divine essences, divine realm energies, and divine realm essences are that constitute my vital life force energy. They told me some time ago. I know who they are. I know them personally. When I invite the source incarnate energy, that is me in between lifetimes, to hold me in what I call a love sandwich, I envision those who are my light just embracing me. It's beautiful. It ends things fast and it's beautiful. And sometimes I just have to say, divine realm, all with me now. They know why. I don't have to explain a thing. Divine realm, all with me now. Sometimes, if you're communicating with the divine in a way that you know when they're talking to you, sometimes they tell you things ahead of time and you think they're just teaching you. And then all of a sudden you're like, how come I can't hear you so palpably? Dead silence. It's not because they're not with you. It's because of whatever energetic condition is going on, particularly if you have a complex lifetime plan and they don't communicate in the same way that they did the night before or the day before. I don't like it. And I will say, well, this took me a little while to realize that I had been given the answers, the resolution for what was needed that day or that night. As that began to dawn on me, and I couldn't remember exactly what I was given, I asked for the full pure source light resonance of it, of everything that heals and ends what I was experiencing. That happens like that. I am not promoting our products, but we have some clients who have the product I'm going to talk about next. This is a powerful product. The divine realm creates what they refer to with us as prescriptive collections or prescriptive collectives. A collective is a large database of various healing resources. It could be that there is a website for homeopathic medicines, like the entire library of homeopathic medicines. There's just all kinds, tinctures, other kinds of remedies, colors that you can change based on how you're being guided. And as the colors come up, the colors that your body needs begin to heal your body. There are vibrations, there are sound, there are so many things. And those who have a prescriptive collective are often guided to open up the file because it's on their computer, open up the file and go to a particular resource and use it in the way they're being guided, and healing begins immediately. It's also a beautiful partnership with the divine and a beautiful experience. Sometimes you cannot pull over in your car or get up out of bed in the middle of the night and get to it. If you ask for pure source light to bring to you the entire prescriptive collective in the way that your body and your home and your family, your expanded family needs it, it happens like this because that's what that one's for. So those are some simple, fast ways. I would write these down or type them up, print them, and put them by the bed, put it in your purse. They're all very short. These are fast ways to end energy quickly. I'm going to give you one more that works really, really well. And it is a natural gift each one of us has. This is not dependent upon the gift to see, hear, or no, it is not. In the gift, it's not the gift of knowing. It's not dependent on that gift or on the gift of seeing or on the gift of hearing. Let's do this. We'll do it real quick. If you would close your, before you do what I'm saying, let me give you the whole protocol and then we'll do it. When we close our eyes, give it a second. Oftentimes you will see shapes or colors or vibrations or something, even if it looks like a vapor like this. You will see something because the divine knows what you're getting ready to do. If you close your eyes and say, what would the divine do with this? It begins disappearing. What would the divine do if there was nothing with me? Sometimes things keep coming in, right? And so you say, thank you, God. Would you please resolve all? Please. And I'll know in a moment, second is better than a moment. I'll know in a second if there's anything else I need to ask. So these each are short, easy to remember. Will you remember all of them? Usually when we feel like we're getting ready to, when we're having an energetic event in our home or with us or with a family member especially, it's easy to forget. The most simple in my book is ×1. Goodbye. Do not talk to the energetic conditions. They will talk to you. If you hear voice, ignore it. Then say ×1. Then say this. This is something I've been doing for a long time. First of all, nothing talks to me. That's my strong intention, principle, policy. Nothing talks to me other than the divine. There's too much talking going on in the spirit realm for the purpose of creating harm so that they can embed themselves in areas they haven't gotten to yet. This is why. This goes against shamanic practice of many kinds. This goes against other kinds of practitioners who want to engage energetic conditions. I get that. If you are familiar with Covidic entities, they can sound just like the divine. They can sound just like an archangel. They can sound just like a helping spirit. They can sound like anything they want to. The vibration and resonance will give them away. And that's if you are always working in this way. Please don't. For your safety, please don't. Because they want you to hear them. They want you to engage them. They want to have a conversation. Don't. They lie. They never tell you the truth, ever. If they tell you something that sounds like truth, be sure you're getting ready to get a setup. This is a protocol I use that I recommend. No energy may talk to me. I'm telling my whole body this. I am telling God, nobody, nothing except the divine, those of the divine realm. And those of the divine realm are pure source light only. And still, energetic conditions that are not divine still talk to me sometimes. Makes me upset, as in angry. But then I got to remember, don't be angry because that lights you filled up and then that's where they're going next. I just really oversimplified a condition. So if you get angry, it vibrates. If you have energy with you or field with you that will vibrate resonantly with anger, that's where it's headed, right for that vibration. With that made, that protocol made, have another protocol. All intention, all thought, all prayer, all willful things, all things that I say or think or do or want, God, please protect it, perfect the way I'm asking it so it harms no one, so that it doesn't bind anything at all, so that it fulfills that thing I'm wanting, needing, so that when you finish perfecting it, what I end up with is greater than I could have imagined asking for. Protect it, potentiate it so that it gets done and it gets done fast. Condition it so that no other energetic condition can affect it, and hold it forever so nothing can get to it ever. Thank you, God. And let this be my protocol forever. That is done. Now, when you make these requests, these asks, and these intentions, everything gets perfected. And that's better than you can possibly come up with on your own. You could say, heal me and clear me, God. Gets perfected. Done. Done. The fields of intention and certain energetic conditions require you to ask for it to be cleared. Here's the primary reason. There's a couple. I'll share both. The first one is because so many people do not know God. That's the way it is. And if you do not know God, you are not going to pray and ask for them to be ended. You may not make an intention for it to be ended. COVID intended that people find God to be repulsive, find God to be distant, find God to be judgmental, and not who we would love for them to be. This has been going on a very, very long time. The church has been manipulated in ways for these malicious intentions to use the way they perceive truth so that it looks like authority over, feels like authority over, becomes a problem, looks like God is judgmental and harsh and mean and not the loving God that he is or that they are. That's the primary reason. And if these energetic, malicious conditions can separate you, can make you believe these things are true about the divine, you have almost no power to end them because these are the kinds of conditions that only the divine can clear, no other. These are often divinely created entities. If you have been intended upon by a human being, only God can do something about that because we are powerful creation and intention of the divine. As such, no other energetic anything can have an effect in the way of healing that which another has performed upon you. This is a kind of slippery, slicey little subject. And there are helping spirits that are true, that are pure. And without going to the divine, likely cannot make an effect on a human being that has harmed another one. It is a very protected life that we live in spite of all of this energetic unfortunateness that I'm talking about. So the second reason COVID doesn't want us, the second thing COVID does to keep you from being well is to cause you to believe you have an illness, cause you to believe scratching and itching, sweats, eczema, anything is a common thing. Every single thing that happens with your body, other than perfect health, is caused by an energetic condition. COVID is getting away with beginning harm in bodies, in people, because it feels like an itch, a twitch, a poke, a pinch, scrape, a pain, an ache, lack of sleep, all kinds of things. And these we might consider to be benign for a while. As they are left alone, they grow into problems. COVIDic energy stays with a person who has encountered COVIDic entity conditions until it is removed. Some people came into this lifetime with the capacity to just automatically remove them. Some did not. Some have greater kinds of, not greater than those, that's not what I mean. Some plans are greater in their complexity. Some plans require the person who's experiencing these to understand what's required to resolve COVID for any number of reasons. Your purpose may involve understanding why you are being overcome, overshadowed, intruded upon, or whatever else it is. Understanding why is crucial. So COVID counted on the fact that people who didn't know God wouldn't come to know God. People who couldn't hear God would stop trying. People who had no idea about anything would become more and more sick. And because it's an entity disease, wearing a mask doesn't stop its spread. COVID is a dynamic condition that is very much alive as an entity condition. The more we understand our energy bodies and our physical bodies and how they work together to be completely and utterly well, the more health we have, the more life safety we have, and the better your personal life is, and the greater successes you will have in pursuing and fulfilling your divinely created lifetime incarnate purpose. We'll keep sharing sovereignty tips. The tips are a little buried in this video. That wasn't the intention. There's still so much teaching to be had on why energy comes to you. So here's video 3. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you'll write these tips down and incorporate them. They're fast and they're easy. And always remember that your own intention is empowered and it can end things. And you can intend that the divine fully resolves these things when you make an intention. And there will be no requirement to have a relationship, to change your mind about who you believe God to be. There is no requirement to do anything into the future you already did not intend to do. And that is the truth. Okay, we'll talk to you in our next series of videos. Have a beautiful, beautiful life. Bye-bye.